Alright, I'm back. Thing broke on me.
If the tip
So
pays
that was
off-
real fun. Anyway.
Agent Baresi, I wondered when I'd hear from you again.
I want to know how Don Levy's death went down, McCall.
Whose death?
July 8th, Panorama. Don Levy was FBI at one time and a good friend of Patrick Stone. We know you were there. Witnesses described it to a T. Was Gera there too?
What are you looking for, Baresi?
The truth, of course. So, was he?
Don Levy was murdered by Alvarez. He shot him from the crowd.
With a sniper rifle? How did he carry it onto the dance floor without causing a riot?
Excuse me?
Don Levy was shot with a sniper rifle. 50 caliber, not a pistol.
Are you shitting me, motherfucker?
I think Evans is their inside woman. Because she has connections to the mafia before. See, she's been real quiet throughout this whole thing outside of just, being defensive. And, the other gang members poking at her naturally, but I think she's the bomber.
Take what you need, let's get some sleep.
I'm tired. I'm still pretty wired.
How about I give you a relaxing little back rub, huh? I got magic fingers, baby girl.
Then how about you make yourself disappear?
Even
You
better.
change your mind, you know where to find me.
Don't hold your breath.
Grab what you need. Come on, we all need to get some
It's
rest.
a shadow.
I am motherfucking beat. Too bad, because you're taking first watch, Gera. All right, man, but I'm telling you, I need my beauty sleep.
Damn, so do I. But, I got a fun game to play instead. And what I love about it is all these menus they've added, because the way they fucking do menus is just like a level, right? Oh. Oh.
Ben, wake up! What?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Damn! Hey, are you assholes still alive in there?
No.
Evans, wake up!
Come out with your weapons. You got 20 seconds, or we tear this place apart.
Hey, we got Jesus in here, assholes! You wanna kill him?
Yeah, we got someone who's been watching you for a while, eh? So we know you're full of shit.
Alright.
Gera, you still breathing?
Can you get them?
Not all of them.
15 seconds, it said.
Give me a fucking break, S.A.
Take the shot. Oh, his pistol disappeared.
Flat!
What's going on in there?
Get him off of us! Evans! This is...
Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Their doggy's barking. Oh, fuck. They came in like a wrecking ball.
Evans!
Oh, fuck. Miley Cyrus is taking us down.
Get out of there! Move!
Evans, we gotta get to Jesus
Oh,
now!
shit.
Run!
We gotta run. Where are we running?
Watch out!
Fucking move, bitch.
Run to the end of the hallway! Evans, we'll
Oh,
meet
shit.
you at the rear of the
Stuff's
building.
blowing up.
One problem. I'm kind of pinned down here.
Shit! Hold on! We're coming for you!
Oh, excellent. So I'll just open this and close it right back and go reappropriate some Mexican money. Also, this is an effect I like. The static. This was the thing that helps this shit feel alive, is they also have shit like, SVA Man instead of a Samsung TV. They just make it look like it is a Samsung TV, and then they have this other, branding and other stuff. Then you got the buttons, they're just textures, right? It's not like 3D or nothing, but even if it's not connected via any plugs, so that's usually how they would do it. It's a fucking wireless TV, there's no cords in the back or nothing, right? Often they would still like have some scrolling texture or shit. Oh, you can use the sync too. That's fun. That's something they left in from Dead Island. No doubt. The soap dispenser. I don't really know how much of this is separate rooms or not. I imagine all those are separate at some point, but not anymore. You know, as a hotel, it was supposed to get destroyed there, but we just go right back in. It doesn't get destroyed. Well. There we go. Alright. So the best way to fucking jump on this shit is to get a running jump. Oh fuck, I'm stuck in the trash can. Oh damn. Come on now, gotta get up. Wake up, motherfucker. I'm trapped. Damn it. Alright, load the last checkpoint because I got stuck in the trash chute. Okay. I'm gonna let Jesus go battle it with the others. Steal the wallet again. In the good name of the Lord. He brings fish. And he turns water into wine. Amen. Fucking shoot him. Thank you. Alright. Now, don't think it blows Cole Phelps up over there. Wow, what the hell? It's nice window effect. That caught me off guard. It's that shutter window that's like inside. I actually have one of these. That's cool. So to be real with you, I don't know how well it stops the light from coming in. Not very. Here we are, taken down. Alright. Yeah, oh shit. Some Mexican motherfucker upstairs. And the thing I like about the way this game often looks is, you know, it's the same shit that I would often play on my iPad, my iOS 9 iPad. iPad Mini 1. When I was a little kid, my dad got me an iPad Mini 1. And I went from Xbox 360 to it pretty quickly just because it was such an improvement in terms of how much stuff I could play. And I didn't really know it then because I just thought they were like all the games were good, but you know, it was nothing really of interest to me for a while. I gave up playing games and I gave up doing all these things I used to when I was younger because I just thought it was like a kid's thing. But no, you never get too old for having fun. You know, you never get too mature or cool for having fun. And that's ultimately, I think, why so much of my a lot of my life before I had found this, you know, especially during COVID, was so stressful. Video games are good escapism, and, you know, I just wasn't having that ability to relax, and a lot of people, I think, these days, it's the problem with Fortnite is it just imports a lot of bullshit immaturity and really puts the blame on the little kids, who, if they know better, they sure as fuck ain't doing better. Even though, like, games like this usually run a lot better, usually are more stable. It's not entirely hard to just, you know, go play a game like this instead of trying to build the most overpowered gaming computer to try and maybe run Fortnite at like 15 frames a second by comparison. They have some very nicely modeled, like, interiors to these hotels and other shit too. There's like fucking pillows and fans and all this shit. Well, it's basically copy pasted throughout, but yeah. It's pretty nice. But yeah, when I got an iPad, it was a really nice improvement because I was no longer just kind of stuck to a box. Yet the graphics of the games were actually getting a lot better, and they ran fairly well on, you know, this old, you know, by comparison, you go look at the specs of the iPad Mini, and they're just nothing. But yet I could have blockbuster action games in my
We gotta
hands.
get to Jesus before they do.
Watch out for the civilians!
Out of the way! Out of the way!
Police, get
Nice.
down.
Stay inside, people!
FBI, stay down!
Drug Enforcement Agency.
Police, get down.
TEA, stay down!
FBI!
Is there anything in here? Not really. There's some, like, goth girl, I guess, with blonde hair. She's just on the walls, I guess, for some reason. Some real 2011 looking gamer girl.
Right!
But yeah, finding these games again and a lot of stuff I missed out on. I remember people would call a lot of these games bad, so oftentimes I'll find that these games are pretty good, that the ones, you know, they're always the ones that people say they never liked. That's because I always find they did something really good.
Shit, do you ever
In this
practice
case,
that piece? You know, you
I think
don't
it's
have to do
visual
this all by
consistency. The game just consistently looks the way it does across the board, and it's not terrible. It consistently looks pretty glitchy, and I get that's not intentional design,
I think
but
you're all fucking dead.
I do like that. It's almost like the world is fake and glitches out, kind of like Saints Row. There were some games that are like a simulation that I really enjoyed. Usually they would like trip you out, but this is just a cop game. It's not trying to do that, but it does it really convincingly, where I feel like I'm in the Matrix here, even though that wasn't the intention. Like, this dude, see, that's another good detail. This dude's scared for his life. He fucking throws his hands up and surrenders. So yeah, it's in here. But it wasn't quite like old Dying Light did it, where Dying Light, they'd made the enemies do that, not just the civilians. Now, he goes into like a panic state with animations, just like keeping his head down. Kneels on the fucking ground, you know. See, some nice details. These guys are scared for their lives. They're surrendering. Yeah. Plus, they also have some decently, you know, if not for the low polygon count, the textures would actually be pretty nice. The unfortunate part is that the low resolution textures kind of betray the actually somewhat decent work they've done. Or low poly models anyway betray that. I mean, there we go, fucking yoink. And like all these rooms, they didn't have to fucking model the interiors of this shit, make any of these doors open. But Techland often does shit like this, and it's what I really enjoyed. And for a while, there were a lot of these games from just these like no-name companies that were doing the same sort of thing that Techland and other studios like them were doing, and these games are really fun. You know, they often remind me of going to Bass Pro Shop, but if it was more violent. Bass Pro Shop, Home Depot, used to do that all the time. I still do sometimes. It's fun to get out, especially when weather gets better. But oftentimes when there's a winter storm, like I was struggling with for a while there with old Call of Duty Ghosts, and just chilly ass weather in general, you gotta find some different excuses to get out of the house, and usually those are exactly what you need and nothing else. At least when it gets cold, anyway. Because if it's cold, it's fucking cold. You don't want to go out in the cold. Ever. I sure as hell don't. But yeah, the game looks consistent, and I like the way it often looks. I like this, you know, industrial, lots of wood, trees, and other shit, unfinished areas.
Hey, you don't miss too much, eh?
It's not entirely hard to make a construction yard either.
Closing in on him. Quick!
But it is something I really liked about it. Just all this shit looks really dirty, looks really worn and torn. Great for a shooting game. It's also great for kids games too, like the dirty, low-res way it looked. I played a few games like that. Lego Universe was one I mentioned earlier in another part, but it was a fun game where it was like a Lego MMO. And you were playing as all these Lego dudes who have like 4 different sub-factions who all have to team up to fight the Maelstrom. Or like these shadowy purple monsters who are trying to take over like what basically is like Skylanders anyway. Skylanders as well, that was another fun one. There you go. See, it's a 2010 stealth game, so remember. Stealth is crouching down. Even though more realistic stealth would be just fucking acting normal in broad daylight.
Shoot, goddammit!
Which is actually why I like Metal Gear Solid 5 and Splinter Cell, the last one. Last one they did, I think it was Blacklist. Might have been. Double Agent was also pretty good. But anyway. It's been years since I ever fucked around with those. I didn't complete them though. I think I played them at friends' houses, but that was very brief. They were fun. But I just didn't know what I had, you know, until it started going away. And that's sort of the thing I took for granted as when I was little was, you know, there was no later for me. There was only the here and now. I didn't pay attention to any of this. And, you know, the best part about Xbox 360 stuff is that, yeah, it's made to last. Now a lot of people have been really wanting to play this sort of thing. I think there was still some room for improvement, especially like, you know, there's no fucking FOV slider here. These effects are just forced on always and by default. It's really jarring and really pains the eyes to just play this shit for prolonged periods at times, but there were some improvements that especially could have been made in the technical and engine side, but if you just have like Unreal Engine 4 with Xbox 360 graphics, that immediately fucking solves most of my issues, because you see this fucking, you know, bulldozer, great example, right? See how this shit's popping in and out like that? The problem is, you see the lack of a normal map, so this thing just looks shiny. And that's kind of the problem that like Black Ops 3 had as well, was like most of their shit just looks weirdly washed out and shiny, and it's a number of things. They have this fog, they have this haze, the depth of field, and then on top of that, you know, a lot of shit off in the distance just straight up doesn't have a normal map texture. And the normal map is what makes all this shit look like bumpy, you know? So if I look at the fucking ground there, it's not shiny, it's just bumpy, right? And that's often what the normal maps do a good job at helping with. So if you were to look at like the ground, or you look at shit that has a light on it directly, the wood there, or that wood up there, doesn't look like, you know, bulldozer over here, because they have normal maps. And also, the shadows aren't particularly high resolution either, judging by how it's contorting around, but I do think the lighting in a lot of Techland's Chrome Engine 4 games are pretty nice. And, or Chrome Engine 5 games anyway, not Chrome Engine 4. The 2011 games, and like realistically, if you took this fidelity and you decided to add some slightly better lighting, bump up the normal maps, you could have a very highly performant game. And it would look pretty nice and run on just about anything, right? The problem is, so much of this stuff is just, you know, left to die, basically. And most people who want to use this kind of stuff don't use it in anything outside of, like, some boring Japanese anime shit, or, like, I don't know, some mobile games. But even then, they aren't particularly good mobile games. Like, what I'm getting at with the iPad is the mobile games were actually pretty good. They took a lot of this stuff and then just made it, like, portable. The graphics were kind of like a PlayStation 2 game, but I think that would actually be to a lot of people's liking. Because so many people online actually like the even lower than this fidelity of the PlayStation 2, which, I mean, to each their own. I guess it's an acquired taste, but, no, I'm not a fan. I'm more of a fan of something like this, you know. PlayStation 3 was really where it was at, I think.
You wait for my signal.
Especially it knew how to make things with lighting look really nice. And hell, what held back so much of the tech from this was just the RAM and memory limitations of the time. This stuff is dirty, but like, I love the slow-mo especially. These bastards looking right at me. They fucking know I want to steal that walkie-talkie. And when you fuck up too, there's also consequences for you fucking up. You know, you lose points. Usually you fail a mission. You know, it's not just like some bullshit PlayStation 4 QuickTime event like the new God of War that totally doesn't understand what the old God of War was going for. And every time somebody says, oh, old God of War better, it just gets fucking written off and, you know, laughed off. But the reasoning behind that, naturally, is if the new God of War is going to pretend to be this thing that it simply isn't and dress up, you know, Kratos in a fucking flesh suit, basically, then yeah, people are going to be pissed off. The same way they'd be pissed off with a game like this, where it's like, even though I like this game, it's not, you know, I don't enjoy it because it's a cowboy game. I enjoy it because it's something that it isn't. I enjoy it because it's basically like what I wanted from Counter-Strike Condition 02 or a Counter-Strike campaign. But this isn't fucking Counter-Strike now, is it? It's Call of Juarez. This is a cops and robbers game. It's not a, you know, Wild West game. You know, the Wild West game, I think Bound in Blood is probably the best one from the looks of it, and I'll probably end up playing the first game next, but most people say they like Bound in Blood and Gunslinger the most. So, from what I understand, those are the ones to get, if possible. If not, then fuck it, fine now. Oh, good, got it. 6 of 6. Hell yeah. But the Cartel is kind of like the black sheep to a lot of people. But like Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Juarez, the Cartel, they all do shit that I still like. So even if most people didn't like the games, well, it still didn't affect my enjoyment of that game. And I still felt like it was a really good game. You know, thanks to it doing what it wanted to do and then doing that very elaborately.
I have to call my father. Alvarez is a pinche traitor.
Don't worry. That pendejo will pay. There's a car waiting outside. Go. We'll stay and finish this. Emilio, you go with Jesus, okay?
No! I wanna do these motherfuckers myself.
Get in position.
You'll get shot and your father will kill me, mijo. Now get out of here. Go. Paco, watch the door. Get ready now.
Boom.
Everybody down!
Bye-bye.
Don't fuck with you. Check it.
I heard there's a car waiting for you, Jesus. Puta!
Start praying,
Come on,
bitch.
Let's go for a ride.
Start praying, bitch. Looks like God wasn't quite on your side.
Get in!
But yeah, iPad games are pretty good. There's this pretty nice one by Freyr Games called Bounty Hunter Black Dawn. Nova 3, the Nova series especially by Game Loft. Modern Combat 2, 3, 4, 5 is alright if you have like a modded offline APK for it on Android, but another thing I really like about the mobile stuff was, you know, the Frutiger Arrow elements with iOS 9 were still present. Even though they had made a lot of that shit flatter with iOS 9 and 7, they still kept enough of iOS 6 in that flatter design with gradients and other stuff.
They don't give a shit about you. What are they doing?
Boom. Boom.
We'll make it!
We'll make it. Time to roll, bitches. It's a really good chase scene.
Everyone all right?
LOD popping as well. Uh-oh. I think the gulch over there is halfway rendered. That's a bit of a problem.
Left.
Left? No. I think this is the right. Trying to block me with the fucking car. Gotta follow the dots. Breadcrumbs here.
They're close enough to kill now.
Damn! Hit the
Just hang on.
This way? Where the hell you going?
Yes.
I have no fucking idea.
If a stray bullet hits Jesus, Jess is dead. Go, go!
Well, she did anyway. You know it. They gotta kill her.
Ahead!
Oh shit. I love the explosions in this shit. They're good.
Is there a way out of this?
But yeah, a lot of those games were really nice, and it's just... My biggest mistake was not playing them. If I had, I would have...
We're trapped.
I would have been a lot better off.
Holy fuck!
What?
Ultimately, the thing with the 3 of Spades, the worst betrayal was the one I did to myself. You know, I just saw these terrible things that happened around me, and instead of lifting a finger to do anything about it, until it was, you know, after COVID, where the entire world basically fucked itself, I didn't do shit. You know, I was just content to stew in my misery, if you will, for a long time, wondering why things would never get better.
After him!
And then I went to the Xbox 360. I went back to Force Unleashed 2. I went back to where the pain had started.
Behind!
Because honestly, it was with Force Unleashed 2 where I think Xbox games had broken my heart. I finally played a game that had broken me. I never thought that something like that, something so trivial, something so, you know, minute in the grand scheme of things would really do so much damage. But it did. And I didn't do anything to take care of that problem. I didn't do anything to take care of this sort of unfinished business that I had.
You're not getting away, you hear me? Trey! Stop!
Nowadays, it's great to go
Jesus!
back to this sort of thing and just see what, you know, I missed out on, because it turns
try
out
that again and
I
I'll
agree with a lot of it.
Let's get him the hell out of here.
Ultimately, the biggest problem I had when I was a lot younger with the internet was I let the thoughts of others affect my enjoyment of things that I otherwise probably would have really liked. And, you know, with the iPad and the other stuff, right? A lot of the iPad stuff gets shit nowadays, because, yeah, it's pretty terrible. But, yeah, I'm going to say around 2014 to 2017, it was actually really fucking good. After 2018, culture really started changing for the worse, because Fortnite took off. And Fortnite incentivized the worst in people. Call of Duty was always about the selfless sort of sacrifice stuff, and the army stuff is about honor and bravery. At least that's the PR, you know, version of it. Actual army stuff's about contracts and, you know, mercenary work, basically. It's no good. So naturally, if you're gonna kill people, just do it in a video game. Anyway, thanks for watching.